Hi YouTube, I hope you're doing good. Happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. I don't know if I do or not. Yesterday I had intended, today I was going to make some buffalo chicken. I'm not sure if I am. I woke up with a headache. I'm feeling a little better now. Doug has sworn that he's got a copper wire that comes inside that he's got wrapped around a French arborvitae by the house for grounding, or you can take it from the ground into your house. Or today, he hooked me one up. Um, this one is connected to our well. That is an artesian well that goes, the metal, the sand point goes into the ground um, about, it's only about 12 feet down. The water, if you dig a hole around our yard, the water will start coming in it immediately because of the vast amount of water. The water table is really high, and the ocean below it is really deep. So this is connected to that for grounding. So I'll tell you if it makes me feel any better. You put it next to your skin, which is it was making me feel a little funky because I am allergic to metals, but I touch them all the time. I'm allergic to plastic too, most people are. But like even this, or coins, and I'm allergic to paper and, different things. Black plastic for me is the worst. So I recognize that too when I was using a black mouse versus then I had a pink one, and now I have a white one, and it seems to be less irritating to my skin. So not sure what the topic is today. Kind of in a way it's still on not being controlled by other people and being aware of that. I was wondering how many of you are getting together today or through the holidays with people that maybe you only get together because you're family, or I don't know. I know that there's some people that get together during holidays and they don't really even like each other, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, you just get together and you're like, oh, well, you're still alive. Isn't that nice? That type of, why even do it? Or like Christmas to buy gifts. I mean, for somebody that you wouldn't even talk to most of the year, or you know what I mean? That type of, if you're in that type of situation, if you actually do not enjoy the company of people that you're surrounding yourself with at any time, why even do it? Life's too short for me. Um, of course, I started this attitude when I was a little kid. My life was too short to put up with anybody else's baloney, so you know, just it goes against my feelings, you know. So just wondering how you all are doing. I know not all of my viewers are um from the United States, so you know, and I know like Canadians, I think they celebrate their Thanksgiving is in December, which we are almost in, but yeah, so I'm not sure though. And I know there's other cultures that have different celebrations. Oddly enough, I know a lot of Native Americans that still celebrate Thanksgiving. They're thankful, and they still have an openness to love people. I ran across somebody still will not stop. I mean, I unsubbed, but just seeing um, prejudice out in the open, like towards a person's skin color, it's like, I'm glad I've got so. I used to, when I was raised, they told me I was full blooded German. They knew I wasn't, but that's what they told me. Well, um, when I started talking to my birth mother, and then I met my grandmother and my oldest sister, before I met my mom, they came up to visit me. Well, even over the phone, I started writing down all the different heritages I had in me. Then when I talked to my birth father and I found out, wow, I'm like related to everybody in so many ways. Then for a while, I felt like a total mutt. And I was like, wow, I don't even have any roots. And then I thought, maybe that is the root. Maybe that's the key to the whole thing, is not having to pick a side in any situation with people's bullshit like that. So when I see this out there, it's like, especially somebody that is exactly my age, um, I thought we were all past that type of thing, but I guess this person actually hates me because I'm kind of not colorful enough for him. I mean, I'm not like your average white person, you know. I'm a little darker, more on the pinkish hue, you know, not red, but, you know, and I'm not, and a lot of people don't understand that a lot of the Native Americans that were hired by the army were bred with red people on purpose to start this campaign against the Plains Indian to get their resources and nothing else. That's all it was about, was stealing the gold and the silver and the copper and the ore, which they're still trying to do. So I guess I'm just not dark enough for this person to see me as a valuable human being because of what perceived forefathers might have done. Well, buddy, uh, your forefathers raped mine, you know? Uh, anyway, it's disgusting. I didn't even know that that was going to be a topic, but I just saw, I mean, a YouTube video that he's just not stopping with it. He's instilling this stuff into the next generation. I can't deal with that. You know, it's like, especially living in the United States today, of all days, you would spout your slavery above the murders of people and children taken away from their parents and putting into um, all those schools that they did through the church. And he's still spouting his shit even today on a day that should be a sacred, holy day between the white people and everybody, the natives, you know, everybody. The all colors should maybe kind of pay a little bit of respect to the red people today. And I was spouting this stuff when I was a little kid, and they told me I was German. I mean, up to the point where I actually read the Bible side by side, English German translation. You know, I used to tell people I was Hitler's granddaughter. as a joke, just more a fear tactic. It worked. Oh, it worked. But yeah, bosses Lowe's don't like the joke. I just asked basically what's the matter, you know. But anyway, so yeah, it didn't make me as sad as when I first heard it because I thought I was talking to somebody kind of like my contemporary. We're like the same age, you know. And yeah, it's like people that are half black, and it's like they're still considered black, but they're actually not. They're mulatto. Some can actually pass for pure white. And then what would that matter? Does their family hate them or, you know? Um, and this guy in particular, his grandmother was a Native American. And today he's hating on the white man. Should be hating on them Africans that joined the army to slaughter your grandmother's people. How about that? No big deal? Yeah, they were offered freedom to join the army. That's why a lot isn't really even talked about the Civil War, because that's what was going on. Oh, we all need our history lessons rewritten, don't we? The truth is always good. I think you're going to get the truth from people that it happened to, not the people that are pretending that it happened to, because yes, wars within neighborhoods and different heritages and stuff within a city can be a brutal thing. But really, all you have to do is move, and you won't be in that environment. There's like where I live, suburbs and rural areas that were all kinds of people, you know. I would move. If I felt like my life was so downtrodden by the white man, maybe you need to move. Maybe your master has you under his thumb. I don't know. Just wondering, what type of environment did you grow up in? I mean, you weren't able to change anything for yourself like I did. I just left, you know, where I felt I wasn't valued and honored, you know, and made a life for myself. Why complain about it? And teaching the next generation hatred, what's that going to do? Hmm? Just wondering. Yeah, how ignorant. I can't imagine, like, my little brother and sister, how they must feel um, being part native, part white, and part black. They must feel hated by everybody, huh? Yeah, probably. Well, evidently there wasn't any hatred in my family because I have so many heritages. So evidently, or maybe the women in my family were like my mother, underage and raped. Oh, can't say. Um, rapes of Grath or Graths or Wraiths or, yeah, okay, whatever. I think you know what I meant. But maybe that happened to the women in my family continuously. And that's how we got so mixed. Maybe we're just products of kidnapping and child predation through the generations. Could have been a conditioning and thing. Who knows? There must be a reason why some of us have gone through weird things that other people don't seem to go through. I don't know. But, yeah. Even my grandmother went through weird things. Being raised in Masonic families isn't always a pleasurable thing for people if um, you're not really like them, if you're different than them. So, yeah. And my dad's family was too. And of course, the power of this world, the dark force, knows everybody and everything. So, I still can't help but think the Antichrist comes first. And look at the world as it is. And Jesus was here and there waiting for him to come back. Just the wording of the whole thing. But like I asked Doug this morning, just want you to explain to me. I'm just looking for a little satisfaction and for my own retribution in certain areas. Tell me why. Can any of you tell me why Jesus was reported to have been giving head to a naked boy? And the boy said he loved him. What's all that about? Also, Jesus being married to, I think her name was, well, they called her Mary, but it was not Miriam, but Maria and Mary at the same time, not in the same house. So what's he doing? I mean, these are noblemen, people of renown that kept records of their lineage. That and also the fact that Jesus had 5 half brothers and like 3 half sisters and a brother and a sister, all kinds of kids all over the place. Because Joseph had 2 wives and one was named Mary. And the other one, I did have her name in my head just a bit ago. But these things are documented. People seem like it's like, oh, no big deal. Well, who's Yah the Baal? It's not Satan. This is an entirely different entity. But he calls himself Jesus. How do you think it's so easy for people to be swayed in confusion? There's one part of you in there that's not you talking to you, telling you the right way to go, and there's another one telling you something different. And then you have to determine with yourself, you know. And I know some of you will probably debate this if you haven't read these texts and if you don't really know what I'm talking about. Um, you know, you can argue about something that you don't know, but what is in a name? There's a lot in a name. If you call me and say, I want to talk to mom, but they put dad on the phone, you know, it's a pretty big deal. If you see what I'm saying, if you're calling on the name of God, you better use the right name, you know. Uh, why is it? Who's getting in people's minds, um, causing confusion with genders? With the report I just told you about. What do you think? Think that could be a possibility that this has all been a agenda driven, um, for the downfall of mankind type of thing, for control? It's easier to control people if they're confused, especially if you have some kind of leadership skills and you could sway their minds in a different direction. This has been happening for 2,000 years. That's a long time. Many generations having the same information crammed down their throats, so to speak. And then you're told, but see, here's part of it too. Christ's own words, question everything, even me. That's rather important. I was watching this. Let me pull it up in my history real quick here so I can get the name of the channel for people, because I can just see, I've gone through it, so I know what is happening to this good doctor that people are trying to slander his name. Okay, he's not perfect. I'm talking good as very knowledgeable in chemistry and biology. But the name of the channel is What Your Pastor Didn't Tell You is the name of the channel. And it's the name of the um, video is Does Almond Hillman Have a Cult? Well, first off, you could put Dr. or DC Hillman, and they say he's only versed in ancient Greek. No, he's even studied cut open brains. This is not somebody that's just a biblical scholar. That it goes, um, okay, this is what it is. Okay, he's a professor of classical languages. He's also a doctor. Let me see. No, there's more about that. Wait, this isn't it. No, that's not the one. I was trying to look on. I saw another area where he's got his master 2 times over in Greek, ancient Greek literature, which he taught at Madison, Wisconsin University and St. Mary's. He also has a doctrine in classical literature and another one in Latin, which is and he lived in Israel for a year. I mean, this, I don't know. There's more. There's more to his credentials. That's what I'm saying. Even beyond what I just said there. there's more to it, but these two women on this video that I was watching, I think they're jealous. I think they've been spurned somehow, because they say, like, as the one woman is a Christian, that she got kicked off his channel and out of their groups because of the questions she was asking. I don't believe that at all, and I'll tell you why. Because if anybody knows me, I've been writing over there. You can go over there right now on his community post and see how I stand for the true Christ and God, and talk openly about that on Dr. Allman's channel continuously. And then they're talking about humiliation rituals and hazing and that type of thing. Like this one guy that calls himself Lady Snappy. Lady Snappy reads tarot and has been cross-dressing before he met Omen. This isn't humiliation ritual. This dude could care less. And the woman that was talking about it refers to him as she. Are you a little bit confused? I did call her, let's see, Tracy or something the other day, but her name is Allie. So, Allie, if you see me, um, you and I both know that Snappy was doing this before he met Almond. Isn't that true? So it's a little deceiving when these women get on there, and I can tell that your questions were spurned because of your lack of integrity and Almond being able to see inside your brain and hear what you're thinking. Sorry, ladies, I have that gift too. So I know what you're doing to him, you know, trying to do. And I also know what he's doing, trying to do. Get the true information about the actual language in the scriptures, regardless of what anybody likes, whether you can see that it's biology and chemistry, and like with Judaism, and they go into the science of it through the Kabbalah, God forbid, but a bunch of misleading. But, that type of science is a reality, and what has been left out of the text, and what D.C. Hillman is trying to teach people, you know, regardless of the show that I hope a lot of people choke on too. So, you know, because what has been done to people like me when we try and get the truth out there. So I don't believe for 1 minute that these women were shunned for asking questions, because I've asked the most, not outrageous, but poignant and to the bone type of stuff. And guess what? The next video he makes addresses my concerns. So what happened with your communication skills with the same person that I'm communicating with in the medical mind of the whole thing concerning the text? What got lost in your transition where I found a value that maybe other people aren't seeing for some reason or another? But getting the actual scriptures out there to people by any means necessary, and seeing who is foolish enough or not You know, it's a big deal. Did you feel like you got played? Because if you weren't feeling it, I'll tell you, you did. Maybe that's part of your anger, that you were so easily led and controlled. I don't know. Not my problem, but you know. So anyway, that's what's on my mind today. I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to say hello and wish you a happy day, and I'll probably be back tomorrow. Um, like last night, for instance, if you've ever been bit by a dog, you might understand that there's different germs within your body that were created because of that encounter. And his video last night, Dr. Ullman's video, was called Wolf Christing. It all has to do with biology and chemistry. And that's what the scriptures are not telling you. Like I've talked before about the transfer of people's body fluids and DNA and that type of, and even what people would call uh, spiritual type possession because of the physical encounters you had with people that never leaves you. It's always a part of you. This is our chemical makeup. This is the things that the scriptures don't tell you that they should tell you. So if you're interested in that video, Wolf Christing, it's over on my community. And I'll also add that when Almond says, Hail Satan, he's not telling you to praise Satan. There's a big difference. But if you fall into that, and he'll be laughing at you because you'll be stupid like that, I suggest not doing that. Just a word to the wise. And he's not a stupid man. So just understand what's going on. We're drawing the snakes out of the ground so they can be exposed. It's as simple as that. People gotta, grow up, little girls. I'm sorry for you. Nice try, no cigar. They'll understand. Okay, everybody, I appreciate you. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.